All right, here is my story of when Jay-Z stole my Skittles. It all started in 1996 when I was working for Classic Albums. And Classic Albums was on VH1 for a while. It was an amazing series of films about some of the best albums that have ever been recorded. We interviewed the bands, the producers, the engineers. We used to break down the tracks, and it told the story of how our favorite albums were created. By 2005, we had covered a lot of different genres: hard rock, reggae, punk, metal, and many other, but we had not covered hip-hop. So we were looking for what was the greatest hip-hop album, and there's a lot to pick from. I mean, there's Nas, Dr. Dre, The Chronic, Biggie's Ready to Die, there's Tupac, N.W.A. I wanted Public Enemy, and I had a soft spot for De La Soul's 3 Feet High and Rising, but that's just me. I don't know. It was kind of up in the air, but it wasn't up for me to decide. It really comes down to management, the artist. It comes down to the lawyers and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they picked Jay-Z, and they picked Reasonable Doubt. So Jay at that time was all over the place because he had the Black Album a few years earlier, and he was also featured on Beyonce's Crazy in Love, which is still a massive hit. And we found ourselves in some studio, which I can't remember, somewhere in Brooklyn, interviewing Sean Kane, Pain in the Ass, Nobody, Ski Beats, DJ Premier. And after a couple days, it was time for Jay to appear. The first time I met him, he emerged from a cloud of smoke behind a closed door, and he was wearing this incredible necklace of huge diamonds. And he said hello, and we went right into the interview, and we spent the entire day working with Sauce Money, Jazzo, pretty much everybody that day. And a big surprise, Foxy Brown came in, and she was a lot of fun. It was fun to work with her. Anyway, we'd been recording for probably 8 or 10 hours, and we didn't have lunch. Everybody was tired, and we decided to take a break. Unfortunately, production hadn't brought any food. I had prepared in advance and brought myself a little bag of Skittles. Much to my surprise, I looked over, and Jay-Z was standing next to me, next to my table where all my gear was. He looked at me, and I looked at him, and he looked at the Skittles, and then he picked the Skittles up, and he started eating my Skittles. Yeah, he was just digging in there, and just trying to see what I was gonna do. But it is freaking Jay-Z. So he just stood there seeing what reaction I was gonna have. And I just kind of went about my business, and after a very awkward couple minutes, he gave back what was left, and he raised his hand, and he went in for a fist bump, which was pretty fun, which of course I gave him. And the entire time, not a single word was spoken between us. And that is the story how Jay-Z stole my Skittles.